What's up, guys? DMJ here. Just wanted to give you a quick update. There's not going to be a game this weekend, unfortunately. Amy got kind of snowed in where she lives at, so she couldn't make it over here this weekend, but we're hoping to get it done next weekend, get the championship game. So I figured today I'd make a video and show you some of the terrain that I've been working on, and then the championship board. I really like how this thing turned out. I know it's kind of busy with all of this stuff on here, but I'll explain why. Let me move over here so you can see a little bit better. So there's the tree from last game, the father tree. And what happened in the last game is it was shooting out because there was a battle going on around it. It could sense it, and it started shooting out these elemental pulses to kind of protect itself. What basically happened is it loosened all the land around it and weakened it, and then all of that land collapsed in down into a cave system below that has water and all of this stuff. So you can see, like over here, we got trees and we got lots of bushes, and we have fences from, if you look at the last video, there was a fenced in area. But one of my favorite things that I did is I was telling Amy, like when we were coming up with this idea, that if we could have like that the farmhouse had came down here as well. And I remembered that I actually printed up the ruined version of the farmhouse like many months ago. So that was so cool to be able to have the exact same farmhouse, just a ruined version of it, like it fell down here through the earth. So that's really cool. I made some of the fences fall in strategic places where you can use them to cross over and stuff like that. But we just got a lot of, and then I took a leaf scatter and went all over with it, just so it kind of gives it the vegetative feel, like things have fallen through. Of course, we have down trees and all of that stuff. So I'll talk more about the story and what exactly is going on at the beginning of the championship game battle. But there's the board. One of the things that I've been doing since we've been having all of this snow is working through all my unpainted terrain. I kind of stopped the 3D printers, and because I feels like I can never get ahead, right? So I have this box of stuff that's been down there forever. And so I'm starting to work through all of that. And I had this old Warcry set, and I was like, what could I do differently? You know, because typically I'd paint this gray or something and make it look, because when you use a standard color like gray, it makes it more universal. You can use it on more boards. But I thought, no, not with this one. I want to do something different. And I started thinking, what don't we have? And I was thinking we don't have stuff for a hellscape. I mean, I have rocks and stuff like that, but I wanted a reddish, hellish feeling set of terrain. I started looking at this terrain. There's skeletons all over it. And then I have these other spiked barriers that I painted up. I put it on Facebook that go with this. So but when I did them, I did the little blocks on it green because I was gonna do this set green. So I gotta change those before I add them in. But this is totally works for a hellscape. So let's take a look at this real quick. We have some pieces like this. I really like this piece right here. And I looked it up just to verify, because a lot of people paint these to look like real weapons. And if this is a hellscape and these weapons have been piled up down here from maybe people that have been killed down here, they would definitely be rusting out. So I wanted the rusty kind of look. There's this little guy. I filled it with blood in there. And then we just have pieces like this and all of these freaking little skulls from Games Workshop drive you nuts. I mean, they're pretty easy in the technique, I just basically dry brush like a cream over them and then hit them with a skeleton horde contrast. So it's pretty easy, but there's just a million of them. You'll get done and you'll find a whole bunch that you didn't do. I really like this piece in there. I like toward the back where there's the spilled out copper coins inside of there. Little details like that on Games Workshop stuff is really sweet. This is a 3D printed piece that I did when I was doing a lot of Mordheim stuff, so I just kind of threw that in there. And then we got some of these little building ruins. We got this guy right here. I like that. Let's turn him around there so you can kind of see him. And there's another skeleton down there. And then we got this piece over here. And then finally, we have the bell. I like that piece a lot. The one thing that I wish I would have did, because I bought this from a guy off Marketplace a while back. Since the stairway comes up here and the focal point on this is kind of this direction, when he put this together, he put these skeletons facing that way, which I suppose is okay, but I will probably have it like this so it's usable so you can get up there, and the skeletons are facing the wrong way. I thought about breaking them off and just turning them around. But I mean, of course you can just, you know, make this the focal point on the front. You can push miniatures through there. There's a door that opens back there that's made of wood, but I don't think that'll ever happen. I think most of the time this piece will be used from this side. But anyways, that's the hellscape that I got done. I'm getting ready to, like I said, I've got a box and I'm just gonna keep going here. And we wanted to get you guys a video out. The next set that I got finished up, this was going to be for if the constructs had won. Like if the championship game involved the constructs, this was going to be like the area where they were forged at. So we were thinking like this mining level. And these guys turned out really nice. This is more from the Warhammer world. They really have some nice terrain and stuff, but I got it all painted up. And then we have kind of this. This is all modular and can be moved in different configurations. And then just up through there, and it comes down, and then we just say that it gets dumped out of here and down into there at some point. But you can get up here and you can get up on these different levels, and this can be all moved around and stuff like that. But really liked this. And then my favorite thing that I've got done, I'm going to show you in the next clip, but it would have went with this as well. Here's the next thing that would have went in the mining set, and that is this dwarven vat. I really like how this turned out. And plus I learned how to do LED lighting in my terrain and learned all about that and got it to work. And I also did some different things when it came to printing. For example, that lava is printed in clear, and then I had to use ink over the top of it to get it that orange color. And there was just a lot of different things that I learned along the way with this. So really happy with this. I posted it in one of the terrain groups. It got like 300 likes. But yeah, really liked how this turned out. And finally, I had some Dwarven Forge stuff I had to get finished. We got some elevations over here. Got these all painted up. You can do all sorts of configurations with it. And then if you add it in with some of the other elevation pieces that I have, you can make all kinds of really cool stuff. I also have this, I think it's called the Master Stairway or something like this. Really cool though. It's got enough room to get minis on here. Comes apart, it's all modular. Really like that. Then over here we have a bridge. This is all magnetized, which is really cool. And then we have a rope bridge there. It turned out really nice. Amy said she's really sorry that she can't be here. Of course, she will always try to be here whenever she can so we can get you guys a gaming video out, some D&D miniatures. But that's the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.